Yes, yes, yes. Afternoon all. Let me turn that up. Afternoon one, afternoon all. Big up everybody upon the lawn, upon the internet, wherever you're there. Father Chalky, Simple Things Audio, doing what I do, doing some testing again and blah, blah, blah. Right, after yesterday's little show, and showed people about the amplifier, the one new amplifier, and a few questions were sent to me and everything. So I decided quickly today we're going to just have a quick three-way config test. I'll show you the amp again, the Zone Phactor Z8, and today I've got the light on, so you get a better look at the amp. There we go, Zone Phactor Z8. And you have the screen on top, which reads channel A, B in stereo, channel C, D in stereo, the temperature gauge on the screen as well, which is handy to have. I can say that these knobs are a little bit, as I said, they're a little bit small, but you just set them and you leave them to wherever you want to, and there's your power switch over there. Quickly, another quick look at the back. And I've plugged in some connectors here, so as you can see, locking new tricks at the back for each channel, and also for the speak-ons. Everything is locked, so very nice and neat with your simple 4 fans there. Very thick power cable built in, so that's very handy to have for when you want to draw some of that current. Right, what I've done over there, I've set up a stack with a sub. The next box is going to play the kick, and then we have the mid, the high, and the horn all together in the top cab. I wanted to see, because people have asked me, oh, well, how are you going to put that amount of pressure into the top cabs? Because these are 2,000 watts at 8 ohms, 3.5 at 4 ohms, and more or less 5,000 at 2 ohms for every channel, more or less, yeah? And people are saying, well, how are you going to put 2,000 watts into a horn speaker and rare? It's just a matter of control, really and truthfully. You know, you control where you're sending your frequencies from and control the volume into the amp and let the amp do the rest of the work. It's just, you know, we just do it like that. Right. So I wanted to quickly test out this amp for some clarity, basically, not for pressure, not for loudness or anything, but just for some clarity. So I'm going to push 2 tune through it, and let's hear it on the highs and the mids and the kick and the low section. As you can see, the light will light up, but the good thing about this amp, even if you have it down, the signal light will still show input. So they've changed that over there. So what we're playing at the moment is just that high cab, so that I can hear the vocals, the instruments on the highs coming from this amp. Afternoon, Wussy. How you doing? Was nice to see you at the weekend, for true. Right, the Z8 Zone Phactor amplifier. 1 U in space, more or less 20k in power, just under. Right, I'm listening to the top section, which it does seem to sound, it sounds alright. Yeah, you can hear the tweaks. Sounds alright, it's not muddy. Right, let's throw a little kick section into that. Yeah, the kick section sounds nice and clean coming from the amp. Pushing our little signal, just pushing our little signal, it reacts quite well. Does play nicely. Does play nicely for now. Let's see. Let's put a little sub signal into it. Right, let me move away from the rattle of the glass. So you can hear it properly. A lot of rattling in this house while I'm doing this, so sometimes you don't get the proper reproduction. But trust me, it's playing nice. And that's all 3 levels, top, kick, sub. Sounding nice, spread across the channels. Sounds all right, spread across the channels. Let's try the next one, see how we go. Four channels. I like the way it tells you the temperature of the amp, so it keeps it level, keeps it nice. Very simple, 15K in weight. So it's not heavy, it's not light, but it's not heavy. Hold tight, Mr. Sasha. Enough respect for that, yeah? The amp played clean. The amp played clean for true. Let's put a little kick in. Does have a nice tone to it, nice tone. And I know it's got headroom because in reality, if you can see, I've got these knobs turned down to 9 o'clock or less. So I know this has got plenty headroom that I can pull back the signals from here and let the amp do the work. So yeah, plenty headroom. And the Ligua pushing a nice clean signal, enough headroom. And that's what we want from the amp. You want the headroom so you can play the set nicely. See, that's what we want to hear. We want to hear everything. Want to hear everything. Balanced nicely. See, that's nice. That's how we want to hear it now. And then when it's gone, that's what we like, you know. When it's gone, it's gone. So I have to say the amp good, you know. The amp, when I say that, what I'm throwing through it at the moment, I haven't had chance, or I probably won't. I'll leave that to Sasha to take it outside and, you know, push hard signal. But at the moment, you know, decent signal, nice quality. I did some before, I'm showing you now. And at these levels for inside and maybe some halls, yeah. For true. Can't complain about that. The amp play nice. Hold tight, Sasha. It was a good investment. Yeah. And I have to say, I'm impressed how they've upgraded now. They're locking pins and everything from before, because they was a bit weak before, but now they're looking good. Now with this one, I can hear what I need to hear there. This is an interesting tune in which to do this with. Very nice, very nice. It does respond very nicely. And put a little kick, so it is responsive. Yeah, it's very nicely responsive. Plenty headroom for the bass. Like I said, I've got plenty headroom in which to dash signal into it, really. All the bass edge, yes, it plays a nice round bass, but top to bottom, the amp is good. You're in a lot of glass rattling in this room for true, you know, so sometimes you won't get the full reproduction that I'm getting here, but trust me. Like I said, plenty headroom. And I do like these signals which give me more headroom to play when I'm playing the amp instead of one-on-one. Yeah, instead of signal and peak. So I do like that, as well. Large up Freddie, Mr. Freddie Sigro, big up yourself. Yeah, decent amp, good amp, decent. All about now, will these internals in these amps last for, you know, a few years? That's what you want. So you can make your money back and everything nice. Right. Let me turn that back around for you. Right, well, I can say for me, and I've been testing it out a few hours last couple of days and putting signal, the zone factor, which is, as we've said before, is a copy of the Admark and the Morin. I don't know who got them first, but it's none of these companies actually make that amps. It's made by the, as I called them, the Gesundheit factory in China. And then they're badged and sent on. But no matter who they're going to or who says that it belonged to them, these amps do perform well. I've done the 2-channel ones about a year and a half ago, and they did perform well as well. These 4 channels, which predominantly, by looking at them, are built with the line arrays in mind. So, you know, they're built to play the subs, the kicks, the mids and the highs with decent tone, from what I'm understanding. So an amp like so, you can't really go wrong. And as I was chatting to somebody yesterday, because somebody also said to me, well, I wouldn't load all 4 channels with sub. That depends, again, on how you run that. I mean, all 4 channels, to be honest, on this amp, with 8 ohm sub on each, this amp would, from what I'm seeing and how I'm understanding it, this amp would handle that without a problem at all. 4 ohm sub on each. Now, that should be able to do it by rights. It should be able to do it. 4 ohm sub on each for all 4 channels. But it may be a bit of a stretch. Yeah, so I mean, for safety reasons, you know, just if you want to take time with the amp and everything, then play, if you want to play a few subs, then play 2 channels with 4 ohms or 2, whichever. 2 channels with sub frequencies, and then the other 2 channels with whatever. That way you're giving the amp will widen up on the frequency range, and you will give yourself much more headroom on the amp itself if you run it that way. for true. That's why some of the manufacturers do state you don't run subs on all frequencies, on all channels for certain amps. Not the power subs, certain power subs you could do that all day long. Yeah, and certain D&B amps you could do that all day long. But the lower level ones which costs a bit less money, it is sensible to run them, if you're a bass man, to run them, you know, 2-channel subs and then 2 channels. So, you know, to give yourself headroom, which in this day and age is a very big thing. So if you want the headroom and you want your system to play nice, that's how I suggest you would do it. But to answer the questions that I got yesterday and a few today, it is possible. Run 8 ohm subs, 1 on each, blam. I mean, if you've got a heavy duty driver, a 1600 driver, put it on this, it might be close, but you could run 4, you would be quite solid. 4 ohms, again, you'd lose a bit of headroom, but I'm pretty sure that the amp is quite capable of doing that. As for mids and highs and kicks, from what I've done the last 2 days, this amp again seems very capable of playing them frequencies without any problems. Now, one thing I'm going to state, and this is just going out to all them technical men out there, yeah? Because I've had a couple of questions and technical. I don't know everything for one. Yeah, there's many, many mans out there who know much more than me, right? That's one thing. 2, those men who like to say, oh, how can you say this? How can you say that? How can you blah, blah, blah? You can't tell us no. What about sine wave, this and that? What I'm doing here with what I do for these groups and these videos are real world just live tests. Some indoors. A majority lately have been indoors. Some outdoors. Some showing you tests that I've done after I've taken an amp out or a speaker out and given you an indoor review. Now, all those men who want to say, well, you're chatting rubbish, you ain't put it on a meter, you ain't rare, how can you tell this, how can you tell that? I'm happy for you to keep slating me. I really am. I'm happy for you to keep cussing me and what have you. But I shall carry on doing what I'm doing just for the simple reason there are many mans out there who still want to educate themselves and still want to learn a bit. Yeah? So, let me help them. Simple as that, mate. Simple as that. Anyway, Father Chalky's Simple Things Audio. Like I said, the Zone Phactor Z8, copy of the Admark, copy of the Morin. Big up Ebony Showcase who know about all them things there. So, he knows how it is, yeah? So, the amp is a good amp. I'm not allowed to open it. It's not my advice. I would open it, show you the internals like the company allowed me to do last time. But, that, you know, this isn't my actual amp. I'm just showing that showcase and letting my man know that that amp is good and is working and what it can do. So, big up yourselves for watching and thank you very much. I'll be carrying on with my vids over the next few months and catching up with the YouTube channel as well. Because, you know, education is the key. I learn, you learn, we teach each other. I ask, you ask. If I can help, I'll help. It's as simple as that, yeah? Gone again, things to do. Bless up for watching. Later will be greater.